Recently, I have been getting a lot of questions from artists who are running ads about when to use a landing page and when not to. So let's talk about three different things. Number one, what is a landing page? Why even use one in the first place? Number two, when should you use a landing page in an ad format, in the advertising context? And number three, when you definitely should not use a landing page or when it might actually hurt you to do so. And then at the end, maybe we'll cover some landing page service options and I'll tell you my opinion about which one I think you should use. So a landing page in general can look very different across categories and businesses and tech stacks, but for our purposes as musicians, as artists, a landing page is generally going to look like this. It's a link tree style format with your cover art and then links to all the different DSPs where your music can be found where you want people to listen to it. Now, technically speaking, a landing page doesn't have to look exactly like this. In fact, my website is a landing page of sorts because it's just one page with links to multiple options. Technically, this would qualify, but in an advertising context, it's really going to look more like the former. Okay, so you're running ads to promote your music. When do you use a landing page? Well, in short, when you're running conversion ads. Now, if you're using Facebook ads to do this, it's going to look like this engagement option once you create a new campaign. If you select the engagement objective, you can see down on the bottom right, it says conversions is one of the options. With a conversion campaign, you have your Facebook pixel or TikTok pixel or whatever other ad platform you're using installed on your landing page. And what happens is when someone lands on that landing page, the pixel sends information that logs what's called a page view. It tells the ad that someone has viewed this landing page. And then someone clicks on that button and it sends a secondary signal back to the ad platform in the form of generally what's known as a view content event. And when somebody clicks on that button and the event is sent, that tells the ad platform that the ad was successful and the person did exactly what you wanted them to do. So why is this important? Well, the primary thing is that it helps to gauge traffic. If somebody clicks on the ad, that doesn't mean they're going to visit the landing page. And if somebody visits the landing page, it doesn't mean that they're going to click on the button on the landing page. So by setting the event all the way on the other side of the button click, we know the person has to go through several steps before they do the thing that we've asked them to do, which qualifies traffic and decreases basically false results for bad traffic that doesn't make it as far as we want it to make it. Now, ideally, your pixel will be installed on your very own website and you can track everything down all the way to a purchase. But because we don't own Spotify.com, we can't put our pixel on that website. So setting a pixel inside of a landing page and inside of that button specifically is the step right before a person gets to Spotify or Apple Music or whatever else, and is the furthest down the chain that we can set something to then track that button click all the way back to our ads. But if we're not using a pixel and we're not sending that information from the button back to the ad platform, then a landing page is kind of redundant and honestly not a good thing to use. So that leads us to the third point. When should you not use a landing page? Well, again, basically speaking, you shouldn't really use a landing page if you're running a traffic campaign. So if we come back to this campaign level inside of Facebook ads and I select traffic, you can see that this is good for link clicks, landing page views, etc. Now, I can use a pixel and a landing page to track landing page views. So there is a technical aspect inside of a traffic campaign that is an option to use, and you technically could use a landing page. But my argument is if you're going to do that, you might as well just use a conversion campaign to send the button click all the way back rather than the middle step between clicking on the ad and clicking on the button. Because if you go to the middle there, that's the landing page view or just the page view. Now, with a conversion style ad, the ad's success is measured on that button click on the landing page, which sends the data back to the ad platform and says, good job, this ad did the thing. But with a traffic ad, success is determined on the ad itself, which means no pixel is necessary. When somebody clicks the link inside of the ad, the signal is sent to the ad itself and says, success, the ad did the thing. So we eliminate all of those steps after that. Now, the downside of this, of course, is that we don't get as qualified and as high quality of traffic who have clicked through, seen the landing page, and then click the button to go over to Spotify or Apple Music or wherever else. The upside is there is far less technical setup required to get up and running with a traffic style campaign. This is one of the reasons I always recommend somebody who's just starting out with ads, start with a traffic campaign, get your feet wet, and figure out how this whole thing works before going further down the rabbit hole into a conversion campaign. when do people generally use traffic campaigns with no pixel and conversion campaigns with a pixel and a landing page? Traffic ads work really well in a few countries globally. Now, the United States is fortunately one of those. So if you're advertising in the US only, you're probably going to be pretty safe with a traffic campaign. But if you want to advertise globally in a bunch of different countries, then you want to use a conversion campaign, because there's this nasty little tactic that a lot of businesses use, which is to drive up the ad spend of their competitors so that they free up ad space for their own ads by utilizing what we kind of refer to as bot traffic. And bots are essentially little programs that just click on ads and mess around with them to get ad spend to increase so that the person runs out of money and can't show their ads anymore. Now, this happens a lot with a traffic campaign globally because it's really easy to program a little computer to just click on ads. It's a lot more complex to program a computer to click on an ad, view a landing page, then click on a button. So this is why conversion ads are so much more effective globally, because it's a lot more cost effective to set up a bot server farm somewhere else than in the United States, let's say. And then lastly, a conversion style ad with a landing page and everything really is, I will say, the ideal choice for more experienced marketers who are used to using the ad platform. Using a traffic ad is really a good way to get started. It is certainly a long-term option, but generally speaking, those with more experience tend to lean toward conversion ads just because it's more of a built-in fail-safe and higher quality traffic at the end of the day anyway. Okay, so now we understand what a landing page is, when to use one, and when not to use one. Let's talk about some landing page options. Now, in the music space, there are a ton of music-specific landing page options. You've got stuff like Toned In, Hyped It, Linkfire, Artist Hub, and a slew of other options that I know I'm forgetting. So the question becomes, which one do you use? Now, there is no shortage of information on YouTube specifically and Google about which landing page service is the best and all of the reasons why it is the best. My take on this, though, it really doesn't matter. They all pretty much do the same thing. They're all going to have an option to put your pixel inside of the landing page and send data back to Facebook or whatever ad platform you're using. They're all going to have options to customize. Most of them have options to have your own custom domain. So my landing pages happen to be at my own.com, which is a nice feature to have. Personally, I use Toned In. I like Toned In because it has all of the features available to me that I enjoy at the price point that I enjoy them for. So my advice is to go look at the options, go look at the pricing, see which features are important to you, and then choose the landing page service that you like the best on the other side of that. Because like I said, they're all pretty much the same. They just have slightly different features offered for different prices. And whichever one you choose really isn't that big of a deal. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn a little bit more about landing pages and conversions and pixel setups, then check out this video right here. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.